This is an issue I think it is so important, and I worked on this when I was a young federal prosecutor at Department of Justice in 1996. Prosecuted the campaign finance violations from China. Johnny Chung led us to the director of Chinese intelligence, China Aerospace, putting money into his Hong Kong bank account to influence the presidential election. And why? Because they wanted dual-use satellite technology. They wanted to be a member of the WTO. They wanted China Aerospace to be the beneficiary of our technologies. And since that time, they have come a very, very long ways. I introduced the Chips for America Act at the behest of Secretary Pompeo and Secretary Wilbur Ross in the first Trump administration to pull the manufacturing out of Taiwan, where 90% of the advanced production is made, into the United States. So we can truly make America first in manufacturing of semiconductor chips. They got politicized, unfortunately, but it's working. DeepSeek is disturbing to me because we sold it to them. NVIDIA, God bless them, and it was legal in their defense at the time, sold the advanced chips that allowed China to make the first AI DeepSeek technology, which is now banned and would be illegal under current law. But the damage is done. Now they're creating all these AI chips. In fact, in open AI, I was told yesterday that China is actually ahead of the United States. So in this great power competition, we have a lot of work to do. I want to bring up just a couple. First of all, Mr. Ball, your point on the foreign direct product rule is spot on. Japan and Netherlands entered into an agreement with the administration, but the problem is a lot of that technology is already out the door to China. And I do believe, Mr. Chairman, that invoking this foreign direct product rule would be very appropriate, in this case. My questions are, they can get around this real easy. The entities list, you had Shanghai, Byron on the entities list, advanced AI chips. It was banned from the sale to China. Then they changed their name to Shanghai Byron Semiconductor Technology, and they get around it. So I'm working on legislation that would basically set a statutory standard that would ban any affiliate that's 50% or more owned by a blocked entity. Do you believe that would be helpful? And that would be at BIS and the Commerce Department, over which we have jurisdiction. Do you think that would be a helpful step, Mr. Ball?
I haven't examined that closely enough to give a good answer here, but what I will say is that I think the foreign direct product rule is worth considering codifying in legislation.
Yep.
And I would also say that country controls are likely more appropriate than entity controls for a lot of these technologies for the exact corporate liability reasons that you mentioned.
So there's been a debate at BIS about sector versus entities list, individual, and then sanctions. And my problem is if you ban a specific company, they can change the name of that company overnight, and you're off the entities list. Mr. McGuire.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think we need to do both. I mean, certainly on the most advanced Chinese fabs, we certainly should make sure that they are blocked from all U.S. allied tools and completely blacklisted. The fact that allies can backfill is problematic. But I think you're completely right that the only controls that really we know will work, and given the importance of this, it is really important that we apply controls that we know work. And thank you for your leadership on this issue over the years. I think it mandates that we have expanded countrywide controls to make sure that we get everything that is actually going to help the Chinese with advanced production. And the best way to do that from a definitions perspective, as the China Committee, I think, highlighted in their report, is to just do all 300 millimeter tools, all tools capable of 300 millimeter wafers, which would, there's no way that you could make advanced chips with any wafer, any 200 millimeters.
That's a great point. So, my view is like they steal it to a very large scale, and we get that in our classified briefings, but we don't have to sell it to them. I think I'm worried on the advanced chip level. We've already, the horse is out of the barn. The damage is done. They're building a very high level legacy capacity of chips to counter our advance. But I think to the chairman's point, we're getting now into the manufacturing process. I see no reason, first of all, that we should be selling AI military-grade technology chips to China, number one. And then number two, any manufacturing tools that could be used to make AI military-grade technology. Just quick response.
Completely agree. I think we should really block the Chinese comprehensively from being able to buy, make, or rent access to U.S. AI chips, and Congress should definitely help across the board on all three of those.
That